The heat is probably, especially in our part of the world, the most prominent problem that we are facing.
ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு இந்த வெயில்னால அந்த வேலை பாட்டில் மூடி கூட கைட்டிக்கிறதுக்காக நாங்கள் செய்கிறதே வெயிலில் தான் செய்கிறோம் ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது வெயில்னால
I think it's very important to develop solutions with communities rather than imposing solutions upon them.
Climate change is on the rise. So heat is on the rise. But now the urgency is very apparent because it's affecting how we live.
The most affected ones are those living in more congested areas, like slums and remote areas. The heat stress can have several impacts such as mental and physical exhaustion, which can reduce productivity and comfort.
Our bodies are not capable to cope with extreme heat for long amounts of time.
It can lead to chronic sleep deprivation, it can lead to chronic fatigue. You feel a reduced immunity over time.
வெயில்னால அடுப்பில் சாப்பாடு செய்கிறதுனால ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது வேலைக்கு போகிறதும் கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது நைட்டில் தூக்கம் வர்றதில்ல சாப்பாடெல்லாம் கெட்டு போகுது நைட்டில் சாயங்காலம் வச்சா நைட்லலாம் கெட்டு போகுது சாப்பிட்றதுக்கு காலத்தில் வெயில்னால ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது
Poorly designed housing definitely can add to heat stress by increasing the effects and capturing the heat.
kubera akazu kacu ari gatoya kari hasi kagira ubushyuhe kakagira na humidite bitewe n'ibikubatse
ஆமா தூக்கம் வர்றதில்ல வெயில் ஜாஸ்தி அடிக்குதா வேக்காட்டில் இருக்கிறதுக்கு ஆகுறதில்ல தூங்குனா பெட்ஷீட்டு கீழே போடுறதுக்கு கூட துணி இல்லை அப்படியே வெறும் தலையில படுத்துக்கிறோம்
Very often, a lot of informal settlement homes are built from tin sheets, asbestos sheets, with very little protection from the sun.
They are too small and congested. They are poorly ventilated.
So what happens during peak summers is that even if the air temperature is 32 degrees, your roof can become about 50 degrees.
So we need to have homes and buildings that keep the heat from trapping inside them.
Air conditioning is a very short-term solution. Now, when you put an AC, yes, it gives you low temperature cooling for a very small space, which we call our home. But what we are doing through that is we're actually heating up the home for everybody else. So our common home, the earth, is getting hotter every time we turn on the AC.
For lower income communities, it's a very expensive and very unsustainable way of running your household costs. And what we're trying to do at ECOnsult is create user-friendly, climate-resilient homes that everyone can afford. We're working with the Egyptian government right now on upgrading 4,000 of Egypt's rural villages. We are trying to disrupt the idea that green buildings are very, very expensive buildings that require big cities. Whereas if you get out of the cities in Egypt, you find climate resilience success models everywhere around you. We have to tap into the resilience of indigenous communities and take note and take inspiration from what they've been doing.
انما احنا هنا بندور ان البيوت تبقى بالخشب زي ما انت شايف كده البيوت تبقى بالطينه انما البيوت القديمه اللي زي بيتنا ده كده في الصيف بارد اكنه فيه تكييفات يعني شغاله في البيت في الشتاء بتبقى دافيه.
So the materials are very important. The reliance on stone, the reliance on bonding materials that are also quite porous. They allow in the breathability of the buildings. They rely on shading.
يعني ربنا حاجة إلهية كده إن قفلت الباب وقفلت البيبان والدنيا تمت يعني زي نظام هدوء بيبقى فيه برودة إنما طرف ما أنا فاتحة الباب كده بيبقى فيه سكون عشان الجو بره يعني.
Mass Design Studio has been involving the community to understand the conditions that they are living in, how they feel about their own experience, and then assess the conditions of the homes.
twabanje kubaka gato nyuma tubonye kandi amafaranga twongeraho kandi ubu ingana gutya tumaze kubaka inshuro ebyiri ushobora kuba byarafashe nk'imyaka igera muri 4.
We are now looking at how architects and builders and mass design can actually retrofit those homes to become comfortable and dignifying housing for people. We hope to set an example that people can actually adopt and work on their houses, either retrofit or build from scratch.
We have ascertained a doubling of the amount of ACs installed in Indian homes every 6 years from here on. At cBalance, we're taking a very collaborative, inclusive approach to solve this problem. We are working with local communities very intimately and continuously through the whole process. And then we are working with engineering colleges, product designers, professional architects to come up with simple, low-cost, passive design solutions which use zero or almost no energy to reduce the amount of heat that is coming in from the rooftops and measure the impact. Based on this, we will advocate for the adoption of these solutions by the authorities, by the utilities, by financing institutions, by the government.
For poor and marginalized communities, we have a responsibility to create better housing. So we need better policies. We need better awareness, and we need to realize that climate change and heat stress are a problem that everyone will have to resolve in the future.